You don't.
I mean, this is typical, I'm afraid, of the modern Conservative Party. They impose...
God, you seem to be in agreement just now.
I agree with him on many things, but not on this. They impose something on us, as they've done on other cities, Birmingham, Bath, other places, a legal requirement on our councils to clean up the air. They don't fund it properly, exactly. You know, we're left with this legal directive, not enough funding, and then they campaign against it. Now,
let's explain, just for those who aren't familiar with it, that the clean air zone would have been a charge.
It's a £60 a day charge for buses, £7.50, I think, for taxis, and £10
so the idea
for vans. But the problem with it is...
It's your government's policy.
Well, you designed the policy.
We tried to work with the government.
You created a 500 square mile clean air zone, which is going to put bus companies out of business, going to put plumbers, mobile hairdressers, taxi drivers out of business just over the border in Lancashire.
This is your government's policy. Your policy is to place these directives on local councils, and we've worked in good faith to try and implement it. But I went back to your government, wait a second, and said to them, this isn't going to work because you refused a hardship fund for people on the lowest incomes, and actually there's now inflation in the vehicle market. It's not going to work. But this is the point, the dishonesty of this. It's a national government policy, and then you campaign against it. What you do is you impose housing targets on local councils, then you campaign against the green belt take at local level, your councillors. You cut councils in their budgets, then you campaign against council tax rises when councils got no other choice but to do that. You impose this directive on clean air, and then you all come out saying scrap the clean air zone. It's the dishonesty of the modern Conservative Party playing from the Trump handbook.
An answer before I move on.
Yeah, so when we're talking about honesty, the government imposed an obligation, quite correctly, on Greater Manchester to deal with air pollution. Greater Manchester authorities, in your combined authority,
you instigated the policy, you've just acknowledged,
to deal with air pollution.
So you
designed a 500, almost, square mile clean air zone with no mitigation whatsoever for people to live just outside. Well,
who signed that off,
It was a policy designed by...
The Environment Secretary.
It was a policy designed by...
Take responsibility for your own government's policies.
Let me answer the question. It was a policy designed by your councils. Let's look how other areas have done it, Andy. Leeds...
Birmingham, where they included cars.
Yeah, OK, let him answer.
Leeds cleaned up air by traffic mitigation. Portsmouth, a 3-kilometre congestion zone. Birmingham,
where the leader of Portsmouth said it was imposed on Portsmouth and they wanted to do something
Greater Manchester, 500 square miles,
I tell you what,
affecting people